call the Hammond Redevelopment Commission meeting to order on this Tuesday, October 20th, 2015. It is now 4:30. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after? Okay, thank you. Can we have a roll call on the commissioners?
Soto Presley,
Here.
Kaspricki, Navejas,
Here.
Myricks, Hawbridge.
Here, Mr. Myricks might be running late, but for now we have 3 present, 2 absent. Declaration of conflict of interest is number 3. Okay, number 4, communications.
None were received.
All right, number 5, our minutes for September 15th, 2015.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes for the Hammond Redevelopment Commission for September 15th, 2015.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the minutes of September 15th, 2015. Is there any corrections or additions or discussion on these minutes? Okay, roll call on the minutes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Kaspricki, Navejas,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hawbridge.
Yes. Motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent.
Mr. President, I noticed that in item 9, you have a series of requests for proposals which are kind of aligned by category over there. And then in number 10, you have acceptance of bids for environmental abatement and demolition for the J.C. Penney building, which is 5137 Holman Avenue. I would suggest that while you continue through the course of your meeting, that I start opening those to announce them when you get there, as opposed to waiting.
Sure.
I'd like to, do we need a motion?
No, I think it's the president's
No,
call, but
right.
we've done that in the past where, looks like there's probably 10 of them here on item number 10, and then there are several on item number 9, so.
I agree with that. So for the record, Attorney Westland is going to be opening the bids and proposals as we continue on with our meeting. Okay, we're going to skip number 6. For now, we're going to move to number 11. It's the resolution number 7-2015. Resolution of the City of Hammond Redevelopment Commission approving and amending declaratory resolution that established and designated the Gateways redevelopment area. Approved for the redevelopment plan for the Gateways redevelopment area and designated the Gateways allocation area in order to expand said redevelopment area, to amend said plan for the Kennedy Avenue expansion and Calumet Avenue expansion, and to expand said allocation area.
Commissioners, as you know, we approved the expansion of the Gateways redevelopment area, which also is an allocation area. This is where Oxbow Landing is, and it also is where we call it Gateway Promenade, the old Kmart site as well. As these properties have been developed and have continued to, there's less and less property available, we decided it was time to potentially expand these areas. And we chose going northbound on Kennedy Avenue, basically to 165th, although it does have a property that's just a little further north than 165th, and also northbound on Calumet Avenue. The connection to the Gateways tip and the redevelopment area is the expressway, so it is connected. I would like to ask Dan Bowditch to come forward. He's from Sender and Company. He's helped us prepare this plan, this extensive plan that you have in your packet today, so he can maybe talk to you briefly about it, and then if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask him.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Mr.
Thank you. The plans that are before you through the Resolution 07-2015 is an expansion of the Gateways redevelopment area. It includes 2 sub-area expansion areas, that being Calumet Avenue sub-area expansion and the Kennedy Avenue sub-area expansion. The intent is for the Gateways redevelopment area to truly become more of a gateway for the city of Hammond through use of redevelopment activities for the Calumet Avenue corridor, as well as the Kennedy Avenue corridor, in order to improve the business and commercial land uses within those corridors that would supplement the current and existing development, as well as anticipated development in the Gateways redevelopment area that is located just south of I-8094, the Borman, between Oxbow and Indianapolis Boulevard. We have worked extensively with the Department of Redevelopment staff, as well as the Plan Commission staff, in order to ensure that the plan is consistent with the current zoning ordinance, as well as the comprehensive plan for the city of Hammond. In general, the Calumet Avenue sub-area plan extends along the Calumet Avenue corridor from the Borman Expressway, I-8094, to approximately 165th Street, and includes the commercial uses along that corridor. Similarly, the Kennedy Avenue sub-area expansion area includes the Kennedy Avenue commercial corridor from 165th through south to the I-8094 Borman Expressway. We've identified in the land use plan various uses, including consistent with the land use plan for the city and the zoning to continue commercial uses, but allow for additional uses related to transit and pedestrian-friendly development of the areas, as well as additional projects identified in the plan. The expansion would allow for the Redevelopment Commission, as included in the resolution, to designate the expansion areas as allocation areas, which would then become under the Gateways allocation area, for the purposes of utilizing tax increment financing to implement the projects in both cases. I've made the full presentation on the plans in the past. If there's any questions, I just wanted to give a quick overview and let the commissioners know that we did, and I'll restate, we did work with Brian Poland and the planning staff to ensure that the plan is consistent, and working with redevelopment staff to ensure that all the projects were included. So if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to.
Could you start over, Dan? I walked up to the front. Just kidding. Since we made the announcement for this expansion, even as, I think I could say it was easily 4 months ago or so, or 5 months ago.
It was in May that I first came to you explaining that we had initiated the process and that we'd have something for you in August or September, and working in order to, with the redevelopment staff and the planning staff, we took that extra 30 days to ensure everything was consistent and the verbiage and text was consistent with the existing plans.
We have already, and the point was, we've already had some momentum on both corridors. With Kennedy Avenue, with the announcement of the new Dunkin' Donuts that's coming in on Indianapolis Boulevard, right in front of the Kmart, or Gateway Promenade area. We've had the announcement that there's a new Starbucks facility that's going to be started there. And we've already had some conversation about 165th and Calumet Avenue, where you'll see a sign up now showing a new outlet center as well. So just the announcement that we were going forward with this expansion of the redevelopment area has really created some momentum in those areas. So we're very excited about this. And we know with the TIF function as well that we're going to be able to use in the future, it's really going to open, it's going to give us more economic development tools to bring more businesses into the Kennedy Avenue and Calumet Avenue corridor. So we're very excited about this project.
And the project itself dovetails with the existing improvements at Oxbow from the perspective of the BW3 restaurant locating there, a new office building to locate, as well as additional development occurring. So those that tax increment that is generated will allow redevelopment of the two corridors to continue, so that current development that's occurring economically will be the stimulus for additional development to occur, such as the Dunkin' Donuts, as well as other commercial development or programs and projects anticipated for the corridors.
So if there's no questions, then it would be, I think we just need a motion to approve resolution number 7-2015.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept resolution number 7-2015.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for resolution number 7-2015. Is there any further questions or discussion while we have Dan Bowditch here? Okay, roll call.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Hasbricki, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent.
Mr. President, the next step in the approval process will be this resolution will be submitted to along with the plans, will be submitted to the Plan Commission for their resolution and finding of fact that the plans are consistent with the current plans for the city and the zoning ordinance, which they are. At which point, upon the Plan Commission's approval, it will be forwarded to the City Council. The City Council, as the legislative body to the Advisory Plan Commission, will then make a formal approval of the Plan Commission's action. Once that action takes place, the Redevelopment Commission will then schedule a public hearing on the two plans and the amending declaratory resolution, at which time a confirmatory resolution will be considered by the Redevelopment Commission to finalize the process. We anticipate that all being done by your meeting in December. So,
First meeting in December, the second meeting in December.
hopefully the first meeting in December, if not sooner. So we'll follow the process. You never know what the City Council will do, so we'll just plan on regular, normal meeting schedules in order to get the approvals necessary.
Okay.
I just wanted to let everybody know where we were at in the process.
And Mr. Chairman, obviously you can see there was a lot of work put into this. It's an extensive document. I just want to thank Dan Bowditch and also our city planner, Brian Poland, who's here. They put a lot of time and hours into making sure this redevelopment plan is what we need it to be for the future. So I just want to thank them and thank you for passing.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a great evening.
And thank
Good
you,
evening.
Brian.
Great opportunity. Okay, that was number 11. We finished that, so we're going to move back. Number 6 is our roof program conditional loan approval for Yvonne Manley at 917 Spruce. Is she here tonight, or?
Yeah, she is. Yvonne's roof program is for $10,500.
How you doing, Miss Manley?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can you tell us how you kind of heard about the roof program, how you kind of?
It's been a while because I've been on the program for a while, and I applied for everything that they had to offer me because I want to continue to live in Hammond. And I just filled out the application.
Yeah, a lot of our waiting lists are, you could be on a waiting list for over a year with some of our programs because they're so popular. So I can understand that she's probably been on the waiting list for a while.
Yes, I have.
Around 2 years.
2 years.
So, Mrs. Manley, has the loan program been explained to you, and do you understand the terms of the loan program?
Yes, I have.
Do you have any questions for us? Since no one else has any
No, I
questions
just wanna thank you, that's all I could say.
She just wants a roof.
I just want a roof.
Yes.
Especially before
Me
winter.
too.
Yeah, before winter.
I gotta pay for mine.
Always glad we can, you know, help.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the roof program conditional loan approval for Yvonne Manley at 917 Spruce Street.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for Yvonne Manley for the roof program conditional loan approval at 917 Spruce. Can we have a roll call?
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Manley. Okay, number 7, homebound conditional forgivable loan approval.
Commissioners, this is for 6 homebound conditional forgivable loan approvals. Anybody want to come up for homebound? I believe Chrissy Robinson is the only one that's not here, so we'll make sure she's here at the next meeting.
Robson, you said
Robson.
Robson.
Robson?
Robson.
So I've been looking at this name, Joe Jackson Jr., for a couple of days. So Mr. Jackson, how did you hear about our program?
I heard about the program through my loan officer and my real estate agent.
Who's your agent?
My agent is Consortia Elson,
Okay. And who's the lender?
Dan Rogers, and
Okay. Yeah, I just want to mess with you because of your name. I know you hear it all the time to Joe Jackson.
You sound like a baseball player.
Like Joseph Jackson, Michael Jackson. Anyway,
Anyway,
Ms. Santos or Mr. Santos, how did you guys hear about the program?
My sister-in-law just got a house a year ago, so we heard from her, and, it actually helped us save a lot of money.
What about you, Ms. McHenry? How did you hear about the program?
Well, one of my sisters and my brother, went through the program, so we know.
Okay. And we just, inquisitive how people hear about the program. Anyone else have any?
I've been getting that a lot where the family, they know a relative that went through the program and now they're coming to buy.
It's a good thing.
Good.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, for the record, too, we have 4 applicants out of the 7 that are moving to Hammond, so that's good news.
Welcome. Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 7 applicants.
second that.
Yeah.
Actually, it was my bad, there's 6 applicants, right?
One missing.
Okay.
So the young lady that's missing, are we gonna ask
Oh,
her to come?
she's actually right here walking in.
Come on in.
Come on, yeah, Chris is here. Chris, if you want to come up here, because we're just going
Can
to.
she just introduce herself real quick? Thank you.
Hello, I'm Chrissy Robson.
Thank you.
So how did you hear about our program, Ms. Robson?
Actually, it was on the paper, when I'm trying to buy a house from the, the real estate, they listed, that Hammond have an excellent program, the homebound program, and my real estate mentioned it, and my loan officer
Okay.
said, go for it.
Who's the real estate company? Who was the real estate company?
Macaulay?
Curly? Which one? Cause it's a bunch of those, like Crown Point, Fairfield. You don't remember?
Howard Marshall.
Howard Marshall.
Okay, I don't know him.
I know his office in Shelbyville, that's all I know.
Okay. Now, see, I'm a realtor myself, so I always ask, I wanna know our other realtors, speaking about the program. So that's all, that's the only reason we ask the questions. We just wanna know how everybody finds out about the program.
Oh, not a problem.
Okay. And glad that you can make it.
Thank you.
Great.
I've been I was on this building for like 15 minutes trying to find my way around. I'm so sorry.
Okay, but you found it, that's the important thing.
Okay, I think we have a motion and a second on the floor.
Right.
Mhm.
If there's no further discussion,
Do we,
see all the applicants here.
do we need to repeat the motion to include the correct number?
It was 6 instead of 7. I said 7.
So
I
we
should-
should probably repeat the motion.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 6 applicants.
Second.
Okay, very good. We have a motion and a second for the 6 applicants. They are all present. Can we have a roll call then?
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent.
Congratulations to you all.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, number 8, subordination request approval for Stefan and Amy Lang at 6642 Tennessee Avenue.
The Lang family actually went through the homebound program 4 years ago. They have 1 year left, pretty much. He's just refinancing on his house, lowering his interest rate and cutting his terms in half.
Right, I saw that he's coming down 3/4 of a point. So although his monthly payment's going up slightly, he's reducing it in half, so saves thousands of dollars. So that's a good thing. I wish someone had told me about something like this 15 years ago.
Well put, Mr. Commissioner Myrick. And he is slashing it in half to 15 years.
Yeah.
That's huge. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory.
With that, Mr. President, I'd like to request approval of the subordination request approval for Stephen, or Stephen, is it Stephen?
Stephen.
And Amy Lang at 6642 Tennessee Street.
Second.
We both.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the subordination request approval for Stephen and Amy Lang at 6642 Tennessee Avenue. We have a roll call, please.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1
Congratulations.
absent.
Congratulations, yes.
Number 9, acceptance of requests for proposals. We have lawn maintenance, ESG program consultant, HUS and IDIS consultant, appraisers, environmental consultant, financial consultant, and redevelopment attorney.
Mr. President, you have 3 bids on the lawn maintenance, 1 for ESG program consultant, 3 for HUS and IDIS consultant, 4 appraisal bids, 4 environmental consultants, 1 financial consultant, and 1 for the redevelopment attorney commission. I have them in order here.
Take your time.
On lawn maintenance, K&G's Lawn Care, Myers Landscaping, and Lawn Wranglers. On the ESG program consultant is Barbara Reedus. That was the only response. For the HUS IDIS consultant, there were 3. Civitas,
the last one? What was the last one?
Bill Krubel. On the appraisal, you had 4. CBRE out of Chicago. Jeff Vale, of Vale Appraisal Group. Stephen Kovacevic. And Martinez Sharman.
Those are the 4 appraisers.
Those are the 4 that responded. On the financial consultant. You had Sender and Company. And on the attorney, you had me.
Okay. What about the environmental consultant?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, did you?
I saved that one until last, it was the largest stack.
Okay. Very well.
In terms of just the size of the material, there were 4. Kermit, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. Karamida, engineering consultants. They are out of Indianapolis. Americo. The Harbor Group, Inc., which is out of Munster. And BBJ Group, which is out of Chicago.
So Commissioners, we'd ask that at this time, you'd refer to staff so that we can take them back, review them, and then bring some recommendations forward.
Just say so moved. So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have thank you, Mr. Westland. We have a motion and a second for the acceptance of the request proposals for lawn maintenance, ESG program consultant, HUS, IDS consultant, appraisers, environmental consultant, financial consultant, and redevelopment attorney. I believe staff will review those. Can we have a roll call on that, please?
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 10, acceptance of bids for the environmental abatement and demolition of the former J.C. Penney building at 5137 Holman Avenue.
Mr. President, on this one, you have, maybe Mr. Blasky can explain the 4, there are 3 bids and then an alternative bid 1A. Maybe you can explain that, and then you have several bids that I'm sure he's gonna wanna take a closer look at, but I can give you a summary once he explains.
Good evening, Commissioners. So what we did here is, the original was the demolition of J.C. Penney building. And as part of that, through the bidding process, another building came up for demolition that's actually attached to it, which is to the north side. And so we've included that with it. However, because of the HUD funding, release of funds, and notifications that need to be publicized, we have to award, the way it's scheduled, we would have to award the environmental portion as 2 separate contracts, and then the demolition can go as 1 project. So what we're asking for is the environmental abatement at 5137 Holman, which is J.C. Penney. That's the first bid. The second bid will be the environmental abatement of the attached building, which is 5135 Holman. Then the third price that Mr. Westland will read is the demolition of and site restoration of both structures. And then the fourth price The city ordinance asks for a backfill with clean sand and topsoil, 4 inches of topsoil, and seed it. Because this eventually may become a parking lot or something, we're looking to backfill with stone, which the Board of Works approved, but I'm asking for an alternate price to backfill with recycled concrete, which may save a lot of money. So we'll see when we open up. But those are the 4 prices, and that's why we'll be awarding the work in 2 separate phases. So, or you will be. I'll review and recommend, but we will take them under advisement after they are all open.
And Mr. President, I'll just take these kind of in order. I've taken the liberty of separating. Some of the contractors have bid one of the items or 2, and there's one that has bid all 4, so I'll take that one first. The contractor is Homrich, Homrich. They're out of Carlton, Michigan, and they submitted a bid on all 4 items. Bid number 1, $346,000. Bid number 2, $7,500. Bid number 3, the demolition and site restoration, $963,000. And then for the alternative bid, $165,000.
Could you repeat the first one, please?
$346,000. The next bidder is Midwest Construction Services. They bid on the first 2 items. Bid number 1, $183,000, and bid number 2, $6,000.
What was bid number 2 again, Mr. Westland?
6,000.
6,000, okay.
The next bidder is Valor Technologies, Inc.
Where are they from?
Bolingbrook, Illinois. Bid number 1 is $285,336. Bid number 2, $4,685. The next bidder is Peak Services LLC out of St. John. Bid number 1, $174,440. Bid number 2, $2,500. The next bidder is Environmental Assurance LLC out of St. John. Bid number 1, $219,450. Bid number 2, $2,250. The next bidder is Alliance Demolition and Excavating Services out of Chicago. They submitted a bid on bid 3 and the alternative bid. Bid number 3, $388,930. The alternate bid, $378,930.
Could you repeat that, please? 3,000.
300, bid number 3, $388,930. Alternate bid, $378,930.
Alliance out of Chicago.
Yep. Bid number 3, $670,818. Alternate bid, add 25,000. The next bidder is Green Demolition Contractors Incorporated out of Chicago. Bid number 3, $710,500. Alternate bid, 50,000. Next bidder is Brandenburg Industrial Services. Bid number 3, $591,470. Alternate bid, minus $17,180.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the 591 again?
591,470,
470, okay, then
and on the alternate bid,
minus.
minus 17,180. And I have a bid for Ryan Construction, Inc. Bid number 3, $509,000, so that's 509,000. Alternate bid, minus or deduct $10,000. And the last one I have is just on the alternate bid, Acton Contracting LLC out of East Chicago, $585,000.
That's 11? 11 contractors?
Commissioners, I recommend taking these under advisement, and according to our schedule, I think we will make a recommendation to you the second meeting of November.
So we need a motion. Refer to staff. I'd like to make a motion to refer, where am I here? The acceptance of bids for environmental abatement and demolition of former J.C. Penney Building, 5137 Holman Avenue, and 5135 Holman Avenue, to refer to staff.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the acceptance of the bids for the environmental abatement and demolition of the former J.C. Penney Building at 5137 Holman Avenue. We're going to refer these bids to staff. Is there any questions for Mr. Blonsky or Attorney Weston? Okay, roll call, please.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casbricky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Oppridge.
Yes. Motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, moving along then, number 12 is our reports. Mr. Field Talon, would you like to share anything tonight?
Sure. Just 3 items. First, October 28th at 6:30 is Mayor's Night Out. I just want to remind everybody that would like to come out. I believe it's at Hess School. Also, on Thursday, October 29th at 8 o'clock a.m., we have the volunteer breakfast. I'm going to assume there's potentially still seats available. So there's no seats available. But I believe the redevelopment commissioners have all been invited and have tickets available if they'd like to be there. But so we did sell out, which is typical for that event. So that's good. That's a good thing. Hopefully we'll see a few redevelopment commissioners there as well. Then lastly, Friday, October 30th, there's a ribbon cutting for the Dowling Park Sports Project. I don't have the exact time. I wrote down 12 o'clock, but it might actually be 1 o'clock. So it's at 1 o'clock. That's Friday, October 30th. So hopefully, if you're able to make it, that'd be great. It's an important project for the city, and we're very excited about what's been done there. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Okay, Phil, thank you for those announcements. Wanda Miller, would you like to share anything tonight?
Yes. I'm in the process of preparing the 2016-2017 Annual Action Plan. The booklet that I put on your desk, that's the proposed projects that will be included. I've also put together the resolution as well as the city, the ordinance that will go before the city council starting Monday, the 26th. I was approached by Mr. Jim Chancellor, who is involved with the American Veterans Collection, Inc., and they're a 501c3 organization. They're interested in, the address is 662 Sibley Street, which is the old Cape's House. We ordered appraisals back in 2013, and to date, they're actually stale. So I will be ordering more appraisals on tomorrow. Lastly, we're still accepting applications for the 2016 Hammers for Hearts group work camp. That will be in July of 2016. That's all that I have.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Miller. Good to see you, too. All right, number 13, bills, register of claims.
I'd like to make a motion to pay the register of claims for October 5th, 2015 through October 15th, 2015, register of claim R52528 through R52588.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the register of claims for October 5th, 2015 through October 15th, 2015 for tonight's redevelopment commission meeting on October 20th, 2015 for claims R52528 through R52588. Question or discussion on these claims? Okay, roll call on the claims.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky, Navejas,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 14, we have new and unfinished business.
Yes, Commissioners, we have 2 items. Number 1, the next meeting falls on Election Day, so we're recommending that we move that day to, or pick a different date, so that we don't have conflicts with folks being off work and not being available.
Thursday work for everybody?
I thought we had discussed it already.
I don't believe so.
That was back in May.
That was the primary.
And 4th of July. So election day is
Tuesday, November 3rd.
the 3rd.
Would you guys be okay for the 5th on Thursday.
Thursday the 5th. So we need to make a motion for that?
Fifth on I have a problem with the 5th.
Okay.
Can we do it on a Wednesday, or is that not good?
If you work the polls all day on Tuesday, you really don't want to come,
And I have a problem on Wednesday. My mom's having surgery Wednesday.
Well, I mean, nobody likes Friday meetings, but I don't know. What's that?
I'm good for Friday.
I mean, sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do, right?
Is there a different meeting? Oh, okay. I'm good for Friday. Everybody else?
I was just gonna say, what about Monday? That would be November 2nd then.
Good. It's up to you. If it works for everybody, really just as long as we have three people, so we have a quorum.
November 2nd is good for me.
So we just need to make a motion then. Mr. President, I make a motion to move the November 3rd meeting to November 2nd, 2005.
Second.
I just have one discussion though on that. Just to make sure there's no council meeting that night though, right?
No.
Okay.
Council meetings are always the second and fourth.
Okay.
If there is an issue with another timed meeting, maybe we can switch the time around that day to adjust if possible. If-
Commission's always the third. They changed it to the second? Yeah, but they're at 7 o'clock, right? But they usually go at 7 o'clock, and we'll be in and out of here.
So we're okay.
I think we're good.
All right, we have a motion and a second to move November 3rd's meeting to November 2nd, which will fall on a Monday. Can we have a roll call then on the switch for meetings?
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Kesbricki, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes. Motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you, Commissioners. The second item under new business is, you may recall, through our slum and blight elimination program, we just demolished a building on Indianapolis Boulevard adjacent to the Smith Chevrolet property. By removing that building, it's also going to create an expansion opportunity for Smith Chevrolet, which they are very excited about. However, as part of that project, once we demolish the building, our city engineer, Stan Desotny, determined that the existing combination sewer should be capped and a new storm sewer should be installed, because we potentially created a small flooding hazard on Indianapolis Boulevard. So with that, we're asking that you approve a proposal of not to exceed cost of $3,200 from Nice Engineering for the engineering and design work for this project.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the 6355 Indianapolis Boulevard stormwater drainage design for Nice Engineering proposal not to exceed $3,200. Can we have a roll call then on that?
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Kesbricki, Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
We don't want any flooded cars over there.
That would be bad.
Okay, does that conclude the new and unfinished business? All right, number 15, public comment. If anybody would like to come forward, you have 3 minutes. Okay, public comment closed. Number 16.
I almost said Mr. President. Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Can you all signify by saying aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.
Are you gonna run